Why do paramilitaries exist so long after the Good Friday Agreement?
Well,
I mean, it's a question that's asked all the time. Have they been allowed to exist? What's your opinion?
Well, the Good Friday Agreement states that they'll work towards disbanding. Now, the IRA years ago said that they had left the stage. I believe that they have, although IRA people are still there, but they're not active, I don't believe. And I can't speak for them, or I can't speak for the people who monitor that, but it's evident in the fact that nobody's being killed, so that I'm satisfied with that. As for the other paramilitary groups, my personal opinion is that there's no need for them to be there. If we're speaking about loyalist paramilitaries, they've nothing to defend. They're not under threat. There was a threat from dissident Republicans, but that's a reason. And the threat from the dissident Republican, I think they killed 2 soldiers, 2 prison officers, 2 policemen, and multiple members of their own community they killed. So if there was a threat from them, and the loyalist paramilitaries didn't do nothing then, when the police, the soldiers and the prison officers were killed, I don't see them wanting to use an excuse to still be around. So I don't think, in my personal opinion, I don't think they should be there, because there's no threat to our wee beloved country.
Most police officers would say that paramilitaries are just glorified organised crime gangs now. I mean, we get everywhere. You'll get them in London, you'll get them in Manchester.
I was going to say that, but that was a different... Northern Ireland was a different place to the rest of the United Kingdom. And now that there's peace, paramilitaries are still there. You go to Scotland, England, Wales, Liverpool, Manchester, all the big cities, you will have crime gangs. So Belfast is not going to be absent to that. There will be crime gangs. And sadly, that will come from paramilitaries. And it's evident in the fact that the police on a daily basis are seizing drugs related to paramilitaries, or from whatever side.
So do you feel sad that the name of an organisation that was close to your heart, as you have described it in the past, is now aligned with drugs and criminality to that extent? It's not about loyalism anymore.
Well, it's just like people have their own opinions and people change. When I was there, it was many, many, many years ago. And people growing up now and probably being in that organisation, they probably were toddlers when I was around. So people's mindsets changed, and I've no doubt that people still join the paramilitary groupings because they feel it's their thing to do. It's that they come from them communities. They want to be part of either one loyalist organisation or the other. But I personally don't believe that. I believe that the paramilitaries that were there, who were rewarded from the benefits of the Good Friday Agreement, should have used their influence to ensure that no young people did come and join the organisation, and more importantly, use their influence to disband the organisation and make it go away. And
can you see...
Because, in my opinion, the only threat the paramilitary organisations are in loyalist communities are to their own people. And that's a sad reality.
And are you saying that's different to when you were in Belfast?
Well, when I was in Belfast, you had different circumstances. We were engaged in a war, and I was engaged in defending my community against an onslaught from Republicans. So there was no time to do the things that's being done now. Our job was like soldiers, illegitimately. We were doing what the British soldiers were getting paid to do in Iraq. We were doing that illegally. And also,
can you see a time in your life that there won't be paramilitaries?
Probably not in my life, no, because there's too much benefits, and plus people at the leadership at the top of these organisations have made a lot of enemies. And if these paramilitary leaders and godfathers became individuals overnight, they would be in serious, serious trouble. And they know that. And that's why they need to keep intact, because they can't be an individual. They can't become isolated as an individual who, if somebody wants to sell an old score from 5 years, 10 years, or 20 years ago, they can do it and they've nobody to turn to. So it suits them to be intact for their own protection, not the protection of the community. That's my opinion.
Do you think Unionist politicians play a role in not tackling paramilitaries, that they aren't doing enough to stop their existence?
Well, to be honest, I think that isolated incidents. They have done, they've engaged with them, they've helped them, but probably just when it suits themselves. But the paramilitaries probably didn't see what they were at. They probably thought, this is great, we're meeting with the DUP or whatever Unionist party it would be. But in reality, in my opinion, again, they were doing it to suit themselves. So there has been cases where they have engaged from that level, politicians to paramilitaries.